So how do you identify an abuser? What are the red flags? Now, normally a person who's a perpetrator of domestic violence, a male spouse, for example, they normally have what's called a Jekyll and Hyde personality. So they can appear to be extremely charming. They'll be really nice in public to other people, but you get a hint of what they're like with their spouse behind the scenes. And it's because of a number of factors. They do show jealousy and over possessiveness in how they communicate with their spouse. They also tend to show some sort of instability, either in terms of their behavior patterns, in terms of of their employment, and a number of other things as well in how they deal with people. Their behaviors also consist of sort of controlling and demeaning attitudes, especially towards their spouse in public. I mean, they could just lash out and have an explosive temper. And on the one hand, they could just soften down. The question arises, why do women stay in abusive relationships? And women stay in abusive relationships for a number of reasons. If you take Pakistani society, for example, the first and foremost reason is stigma. Women are afraid of talking about the fact that their husbands beat them or abuse them in any way. This also goes hand in hand with the fact that many women have financial issues and perhaps they have nowhere else to go. They cannot go back to their families, or the families are so conservative that they may not accept them, and that is where the problem lies. Another thing also is that if a woman has children, she may feel dependent on the husband, she may feel insecure with regards to the children's future. People at times, because of their ignorance or because of the fact that they are so involved in a relationship, may not even identify all of these signs as being domestic violence. So at times there is this unfortunate acceptance of this abuse. Another important point is that women often fear their husbands, and especially if they have children, the fear factor is very real, because they know that even if they speak out against what's happening to them, and if they go through a divorce, for example, because of the children, that link will always stay there with the ex-husband, and hence the fear factor continues. So what is my advice to you with regards to this situation? My first advice is, and again we're focusing on Pakistani society, so it is, stop taunting women. Don't think that this isn't your problem, because it could be your problem. If you feel that somebody you know might be a victim of domestic violence in your neighborhood, for example, in your family, in your friend circle, in your co-worker circle, try to listen to their problems, try to talk to them about the situation, tell them about the relevant laws, tell them how you can assist them. Try and connect them with a counselor if they feel comfortable in doing so. Don't ask women to remain silent, because again, as cliched as this sounds, this is again a huge problem, especially in our society. Other people, and especially other women, tend to provide wrong advice to a woman and tell them to remain silent and to continue in a relationship. Always remember that hurting somebody physically, financially, verbally is never okay. So I would conclude by saying, be a good Samaritan, be there for one another, and if you are a victim of domestic violence, try to understand your situation, try to diagnose it, and try to see what is the best course of action for you. And if you're somebody else who knows somebody who is a victim of domestic violence, please see how you can help them legally and otherwise.